The following stream contains mature content and subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised.
The ancient gods never went away, at least not completely. They no longer walk among us on a daily basis, but their touch on humanity can still be felt through the actions of their children. These children of divine heritage go through life as every mortal around them, until one day, a god appears before them making their parentage known. This visitation unlocks the potential inside them, the divine ichor that runs through their veins as they take their first steps into greatness. Born to the magic of yesterday and the promise of tomorrow, these Scions set out to create their own story. New myths and legends are created and forgotten every day, and yet their actions reflect on the reputation of their divine parent. Will the fate of the gods define their deeds, or will they create their own path and change the myths which came before them?
Aphrodite had the beauty, Zeus had the thunderbolts. Everybody loved Aphrodite, but everyone listened to Zeus. After Esther M. Friesman. Every legend has a beginning. Tonight, viewer, I bring you the tale of four Scions, coming to terms with what that means to them. I am Zachary Naldert, he, him, or as the Morgan's Battle Crows call me on the Bird app, at Zach Rules, and tonight I will be your story guide.
Hey everybody, I am Relendare, also known as Mama McStabber in Twitch chat, and you can find me on various socials at Relendare, or do a search for Mama McStabber, you might find me. I am playing Caitlin Murphy. She doesn't know who her mother is yet.
Hello, I am Lonnie, she, her. You can find me on Twitter at Sailor Lonnie and on Twitch at Sailor Lonnie, and I am playing Natalia Blackburn.
I'm Corey, or Unconscious Celestial. Pronouns are they, them, or she, her. I am playing Nezzy Coolridge this evening, and I don't know my parent yet.
I'm Jenna Von Ash. You can find me pretty much anywhere on the internet with Jenny Von Ash because that's how I live. You can't pull me out. VA for life. I am playing Dr. Minnie Jones. I don't know who my daddy or my mommy is. We'll find out. Oh, dear Lord. I'm scared. Hide me.
For those of you who may have missed the last episode, you can catch it on YouTube. But we are playing Scion 2nd Edition from Onyx Path Publishing, and our four Scions have recently discovered that they are Scions, children of the gods in one form or another. After a malfunction at a escape room led them to a incarnate Scion of Hera, who had hoped to bring them all together in order to help get a little bit of we'll say, revenge. Maybe teach a Scion of Zeus a little bit of a lesson. They have acquired some tools to help them accomplish this, and have just entered the bar where Zeus's Scion is sitting at a table, surrounded by a dozen or so people, and he has just caught, or they have just caught his attention. What's everybody doing?
Caitlin is going to look him straight in the eye, then walk over to the bar, get herself an Irish whiskey, and set up at a table and take out her tarot cards.
Natalia is going to see if there's a stage and go set up with the guitar.
Minnie's just gonna freeze for a moment, not look at him, but freeze more like at the bar, like, "Oh god, I have to pay actually get an adult drink. What do you get? What's an adult drink? What's the dr I'm gonna have the biggest whiskey ever, mix it with some Coke, and then I'm gonna sit over by Caitlin and then just kind of, like, do, like, this impromptu live show on her. I have no idea what else to do. I'm so out of my depths.
I also go to the bar, but I stay at the bar, completely ignoring Zeus and any idea that he's looking at me or us at all, and just kind of look around the entire bar and see if anything else is going on.
What's something that you see at the bar, Nezzy, that sticks out to you while you're looking around?
Probably kind of empty. Not a lot of people at the actual bar.
There are not. So there is just one guy sitting at the corner, um, wearing a flannel shirt, uh, gray hair, thin, and you can kind of tell that he may have been a larger person. Whether or not it was muscle, or if it's something that he had lost weight, can't really tell. But he's just sitting there. He's got a cigarette in one hand. He's just kind of nervously tapping it on the bar. He's looking up at the Keno screen with about a half dozen keto cards laid out in front of him. Natalia, when you go up to the stage, what do you find on there?
Um, on the stage, there's like a small amp speaker that someone has left. It's kind of worn down, but she feels like it'll work for whatever she's going to play. Um, and then like a little stool for her to sit on.
All right. And as Natalia's getting set up, Dr. Jones and Caitlin, you find yourself a booth to start working your magic with these tarot cards. How close is this booth to the booth that Zeus and company is?
Um, close enough that they can see it, but not hear what she may tell when she's speaking in her normal speaking voice.
Fair enough. Even if they were close enough, the amount of raucous laughter that is coming from the table
Exactly, would drown it out.
drowns it out.
Mhm.
And he you can tell that he paused his story for a moment. The laughter kind of dies down, and then you can kind of hear just the kind of gravitas of his voice. It's enough that you can't pick up on the story necessarily, but you can tell that he's telling one. All right. How did the cards pull?
She just pulled him just a random read and sees Queen of Cups, the Fool, and Ace of Swords.
How does that interpret your decision to what to do next?
I think it leads me to do a little bit of my more mundane things like my mediumship and maybe commune with any spirits that might be near this bar.
All right. What are you looking to find as far as are you looking for a spirit that is like actively trying to do something or just kind of a random
I want to find a mischievous spirit. One that
And then-
may like knock a drink over into a certain asshole's lap.
And how do you go about doing that?
She literally puts her hands on the cards that are face up on the table, closes her eyes, and concentrates, almost like a meditation. And she listens for a voice that
So
isn't in this realm.
So I'm gonna have you roll occult,
Mhm.
and what mental attribute do you think that's gonna work with this?
Let's see. I'm going to say cunning, because navigating the spirit realm takes a degree of cunning. There are things that will manipulate you. There are things that will deceive you.
Okay. This is going to be a high difficulty roll. Go ahead.
And I do have the specialty of mediumship. Actually, I'd like to use a little bit of momentum.
All right. How much momentum would you like to use?
2.
All right.
Okay, so how many do I need?
We're gonna need 4 successes.
All right, I have 6, but 3 of them were 10s, and those explode, yes?
Yes, they do.
That is 8 successes.
Okay. So yeah, just tell me how you contact the spirit.
Okay, so it
and-
is basically done through the meditation almost telepathically. And she communicates with the spirit, who seems to be a mischievous former bar patron, practical joker type. And she says, that guy over there, he's a royal asshole. Why don't you knock his drink over in his lap? And I'll do you a favor, whatever you need that's keeping you here.
All right. Well, I mean, I like fucking with people, so I mean, yeah, but all right, yeah. Oh, yeah, I got that.
Okay. And she goes back and puts her cards back in her deck after she opens her eyes and starts shuffling again and takes a sip of her whiskey.
Okay. So you hear a woman from the table kind of just shout, and as you look over, apparently as part of the storytelling, Zeus managed to kind of happen to move her, and while the drink successfully spilled on a lap, it was hers. Oh, I'm so sorry. Let me He flags down a waitress. Yep, another round. And can you get her something to clean that off?
And she looks at Minnie and says, interesting.
Was this supposed to happen that way?
He saw it coming.
So if I try to tap into his phone and just let it start buzzing for no reason,
He'll probably see it coming.
so he knows why we're here.
Maybe.
Hmm.
I'm going to just
Here.
ignore him. We'll see what Natalia does.
Here's my question for you.
Hmm.
Okay. Just want to know. So when you pick the lady and then the guy, the gesture and the knife, are we turning and saying that we're taking the gesture, arming the woman, and then turning around and having the gesture get run through with a knife?
What?
Yeah, the cards. You had the queen, that queen lady, you had the gesture, and then you had the sword thing.
Yeah.
So we're gonna arm the woman with the thing, and then she's saying this out loud because she's trying to think.
Uh-huh.
So anyone that acts like a gesture or a fool
Yeah.
is pretty much gonna get run by a knife by a queen.
Yes.
So you never, ever, ever cross a queen, right?
Exactly.
Got it. I know a lot of gestures, let me tell you. No wonder why I always carry body condoms. Should I pass them around this bar?
I think so.
Oh, perfect. Wait, we have to think of a way to deploy body condoms. We should start with everyone at different booths because you never know what other people might have that if you touch it, you might just never get them off.
I think you should explain that as you deliver them.
Yes, we got to think of a way to deploy. She's saying this just being obnoxiously loud.
Oh, yeah.
But we have to think of a way to deploy because we can't really touch anyone.
Balloons. Do you have any?
I don't have.
If not, hang
No.
on. We can take we can attach them to bar napkins. We can make the bar napkins into like little parachutes.
Yes, but here's the question. How are we going to deploy and then have the helium to move over? I don't know many bags
We don't
of
need
wind.
helium. You literally stop by each booth and just drop it, and then it floats down like a little parachuted body condom.
That's fair, but I was also thinking on the balloon idea. I don't know many people who have that are a hot bag of air. Oh, wait, can we find somebody in this bar? I'm sure there's somebody with a big bag of air that's just keeping talking.
Yeah.
So, anyways, so here we are. We're dueling pistols, and then the Zeus voice just kind of simmers down a little bit as the attention goes back onto him. So, Natalia, how's the setup going for the guitar?
She thinks she's got it set up right. She has no
Okay.
idea what she's doing.
All right. Do you want to roll to see if she set this up, or do you just want to, go wild and free with it?
Let's go wild and free with it.
Okay. So what are you going to attempt to play?
What is the age range of the female in this bar?
We're running from, let's say, mid-20s to late 50s, early 60s.
Cool. So we're gonna target the early 20 crowd that's probably surrounding him. And she is going to do her best. And she is going to, as best as she can, plays We Are Never Getting Back Together by Taylor Swift. Just like, and trying to bring them, like the women away from him to her to get their attention.
All right. So if I could have you roll a composure and culture.
Okay.
And I am going to say that you are doing a fine job of exploiting the pop psychology of the millennials, so you can use your academic specialty to add another dice to this.
I got to do math real quick because I rolled 2 9s on my explosions and I already had 4 successes. So
that would be 6.
6. Yeah.
All right. So you plugged in. You are. It's playing just off of that one amp that you have in front of you. It's apparently not hooked up to the bar speakers, but it is loud enough so that the entire bar can hear it. And everybody in the bar turns and looks. They were not expecting to have a live musical performance tonight, first of all. But second of all, you have found the song to distract the women and some of the men from the table. And by the time you get to that first chorus, they have all gotten up and are standing in front of the stage singing along with you, just belting it out. Nobody really cares that they may be out of key. They're just having a fun little sing-along here. Nezzy, the bartender mumbles something, was like, "That wasn't even hooked up. What the hell? It's not even plugged in. What the hell? How is that working?" And then the bartender just goes back to cleaning glasses.
Completely unfazed after the fact.
Yeah. She doesn't seem to care too much. People, sing along drunk, and they're going to end up drinking more and end up tipping more. So she figures it's going to be a win for her. The old guy is still just playing Keno at the corner of the bar, just not caring.
What demographic has stayed near Zeus? Like, who all is still sitting at Zeus's table?
Gen X and Boomers. The millennials and the Zoomers that are old enough to get into a bar have left. The Gen X seems totally uncaring about the live music, and the Boomers have this, "Oh, my child likes this song" look on their face.
How many, like, are there very many TVs? Like, is this like a sports bar, or is it?
There's kind of scattered around TVs so they could have sports on. They don't really, they're using all the TVs to show Keno right now. For some weird reason, happens to be no sporting events on in a sports city like Boston in the spring.
Can I ask? I'm going to ask the bartender if at least like a couple of the TVs, if she can put on wrestling and basketball.
Okay, I'll see what we can find. She starts flipping through the TV closest to you, trying to find rest. I don't think there's any pro wrestling on. We don't have the one of those dishes with all the big sports packets. This costs extra.
No worries.
So there happens to be a cup finds one basketball game, two schools that nobody's ever heard of in a conference that nobody knows exists until they get the 16 in the N64 and get slaughtered by the number 1 seed. And then they go back to obscurity for the next 12 months. But it's a basketball game.
My goal is to try and pull a little bit more distraction if possible. That's what I was trying to do there.
So you're trying to get Zeus's attention with the basketball game.
No, not Zeus.
Or
People,
draw like some of the men away.
Yeah, like some of the people that are around Zeus, try and pull them, like just try and reduce the amount of people that are paying attention to Zeus.
Okay. Yeah, it's there seems to be no pull to that. The 5 or so people are clearly more entertained by whatever Zeus is talking about.
That's fair. Just thought it was worth a try.
Or more interested in things other than sports. Dr. Jones, you look like you have an idea. What is Dr. Jones thinking?
Hanging off of Nezzy's. She's saying that Nezzy's talking to the bartender and she sees the thing getting flipped. And of course, sports ball. Zeus is talking about action. He's talking about, good stories. Pinging off of Nezzy's idea, what if Dr. Jones turned around and did wireless interface and tried to pull up a action flick? And not just an action flick. We're talking like the good ones. So
like a Michael Bay film.
Yes, Michael Bay. Something that just came out that
with all the explosions and the cool guys walking away and not looking back.
Mm-hmm. Yes. She'll be like, "Give me a gun. Give me a film. Give me a film. I need a film. I need a film."
Transformers.
Which one?
All right.
There was like 4 of them.
Yeah, but the first one.
Oh, okay. Hold on. And she'll just focus on the TV and try to wireless interface Transformers onto the TV.
Okay.
Because why not? Who doesn't want to see, Megan Fox? No,
that'll even hit the Gen Xers because that shit was a cartoon on TV when we were kids.
I know. I feel it's in my Gen X soul.
All right. So,
yeah.
I would like you to
big boobs, bigger explosions.
Give me a culture roll.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. Mm-hmm.
And we're saying you're trying to get into the mind of a Gen X boomer man of what would need to come up on the TV to bring them in.
Big boobs and big explosions. It screams Gen X, man. Come here, watch me now.
And
bouncy,
old
bouncy,
perverts.
Boom. Yes, that too. We're going for boomers too.
Give me we'll say intellect then.
Because Bond, James Bond, who doesn't want sex, explosions and killing? DC-8, correct?
Yep.
Gotcha. Only 3.
Okay. So one looks up and he clearly appears to have a passing interest. Zeus, not to be outdone, goes into a new story, drawing the attention back in. Oh, so we actually so this is back in the day, in the 80s, when this was really going on, so Festus actually
boobs, 90s big boobs.
Transformers, when people who were watching, who he's trying to pull, actually would have watched it. So Hephaestus actually tried doing this, but it worked out more like GoBots, and it just did not hit, with audiences. And he's able to draw that person back in.
But try that. Just looks at Caitlin kind of dejected, like, you would think they would want big boobs, big explosions, and more guns and slight death. What else do you have to do to get a man's attention? Grab him by the balls? I would never touch a man with that, especially even I have my consent. It's just a kind of ew, no place.
Hmm.
I don't know. I mean, I could make the big explosions. It's not that hard. And if I have to make a mini transformer, that's even easier. Oh, that's it. Caitlin, we can make transformers at this table. You sound and you look utterly delighted.
Absolutely. Go for it.
You look like you want to help me. Come on, you got to see in technology. I know you can do this. I will leave you in charge with the explosion, because who doesn't want to see a hot chick that blows things up? And I believe you're underneath the definition of a hot chick. I don't want to consider you a, baby chicken, but at the same time, I believe that's a colloquialism. Unless you prefer hot woman, I don't know. I'm out of my depths.
I don't really care either way if people consider me hot or not.
You know what I'm trying to say, right? I'm socially inept. We all know this. It's not a big secret.
I get it. Tell me what to do and I'll try to help.
Oh, she'll open up her bag. Okay, I need you to mix these chemicals. And then she'll start building a transformer. Bumblebee, and then Optimus
I start mixing chemicals, not knowing what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah. So, Dr. Jones, I'm going to need a science roll and presence.
Okay.
For you to properly explain to Caitlin how these chemicals need to be mixed.
Because I don't have a clue.
Fine.
Divine inspiration.
Not wrong. Oh, good. I got it too.
You got a 2?
I got 2 9s.
You got 2 9s. Okay. So
worst in class.
Caitlin, with with the instructions from Dr. Jones, if you are going to mix up these chemicals, we're going to use a straight intellect roll.
Just intellect?
I know it. We'll let you.
Maybe composure? Because I'm kind of nervous doing this.
Okay.
So, yeah. Maybe intellect and composure?
No, well, because you can try. There would be a skill of what you're doing.
Oh, a skill. So hang on, let me see.
So you're not actually mixing science, but there may be. I'm gonna say maybe there's things from medicine.
Okay, I do have a dot in medicine.
So you can use that, and you can use intellect or composure.
Okay. I got a success on every single die, so that's 5.
Okay.
Better than mine. See?
We'll get back to that in a moment.
Okay.
Natalia, so the song has ended, and are you keeping the T-Swift train going, or are we going to try to mix it up a little bit?
She has started taking song requests at this point.
We're going to pretend that I know a name of a Taylor Swift song, so that, and one of those girls has said it. And
Blank Space. That's a name of that. I'm pretty sure that's a song, right?
so they just kind of keep going, and they keep feeding you songs as needed until until you decide to do something else. That's going to keep going. Nezzy, any new ideas since that putting on the basketball game did not seem to have the desired effect?
Yeah, I think at this point, Nezzy's just keeping an eye on Natalia, Kaylin, and Minnie, and just watching them like a hawk.
All right. So, Minnie, what did you give Caitlin to mix up?
Junie doesn't know chemicals that well, so I'm going to just say insert technical Bible here. So that it's going to make a small kind of like flash with a white cloud explosion, but it's nothing big per se. It's going to give a little boom, but it's not toxic. It's not harmful. And there's no overly big fire, but there's little rips of red kind of just going within the cloud to give it the little spark of fire it needs.
So it's a step above the elementary school science fair volcanoes.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we went completely like college
College level
yes
volcano.
Yeah.
Volcano.
Science fair volcanoes.
Yes.
All right.
I know my student can do it well. She's performed many things. She can do this too. I believe in her. Kaylin, you got this.
Is this something that is going to make a boom? Is this something that's going to how is this just a visual effect?
Oh, it's not a big boom, but it's a boom enough that people kind of turn around and look and go, oh, that's cool.
Like kind of like a balloon popping?
Kind of, but a little bit more boom and a little bit more reverberation, because I can say words, apparently.
Okay. Yeah, so literally I take whatever she gave me to mix it in and I set it like in the center of the table. And I am extending my hands out like this, doing this, because I am terrified.
You got this. I believe in you. You will ever be my C student. I will actually put you up to a B if you can accomplish this.
I already have my degree. We're done.
Doesn't matter. The one song I learned, life is a lesson. You learn it when you're through. You're still learning. That's what you could do to this to your shop.
Nezzy, can I get a survival and
all the regrets now.
What Nezzy,
no regrets.
Nezzy, what would you think with scanning around the bar? What do you think attribute would best fit trying to observe something out of place?
You walked in with something out of place.
I don't know. I was going to say intellect or cunning, but I don't know.
Okay. Give me a survival and cunning roll.
Okay.
And you know what? Add an extra die for your close combat specialty in wrestling.
Okay, so it's 4.
That's 4. Remember that Amazon Lita that is outside that was you were kind of warned about that she was looking out for Zeus? She is staring daggers at Caitlin and Dr. Jones right now.
Okay.
Doing anything to him?
We're just having fun at our table.
I haven't harmed him. I haven't even looked at him yet. Ugh.
I don't make any immediate moves to go over there just yet, but I do move a little bit closer. Like, so if they're on the other side of the bar and I'm at the bar, they're at the table, I kind of like work my way around behind everything just so I'm closer, but not, immediately there. Right.
So we're looking at so that you have like a direct way to intercept if she were to come into the bar. All right.
Mhm.
So, Caitlin,
You got this.
Minnie, y'all setting this off?
Sure.
She's just finished her Optimus Prime reconfiguration. She's like, okay, now this is how the scene worked. And she kind of puts Optimus Prime in the place and she puts the half done Beetle in his place for the moment. She's like, still working on him, but this is how it worked. And she'll explain the scene and she'll go, now do that.
Okay, and she mixes the stuff.
I would like to do something as well.
All right. What are you going to do? How you playing into this, Natalia?
As Minnie is explaining this and Caitlin is mixing it, she's going to just start playing the theme song from the Transformers.
Yes!
Transformers. She can't sing. I can't sing. She can't sing worth hell, so I'm not even gonna attempt that. Zach's just like.
Are we talking about the 80s television show, the reboot, or the movies?
The 80s television show.
Yes!
So
Transformers, more than meets the eye.
Well, you've lost your audience on that one. They have started walking back.
Oh, just as they're walking back, this goes off.
Boom.
And then she goes, oh, this is why they won't let me into some bars around here now. Now I remember.
I need another drink.
Never mind. It's more whiskey and not a lot of Coke. I can't drink it.
Nearly everyone in the bar jumps up startled.
She scores, and she kind of just does that. Yeah.
The old man is still playing Keno.
Of course he is. Fucking gambling addicts.
I'm moved by any of this.
He's seen all this shit.
And it is not hard to see that Lita has come through the door, and has cleared any folks who may have been standing in the way of her and your table.
I haven't done anything wrong.
As I notice Lita coming toward them, I scoop both of their arms like this. I'm like, okay, watch your break. And I kind of like,
oh, really? Already? Oh, wait, yeah.
Pull them toward the
I
washroom.
got the body kind of on. My bad. I'm sorry.
Caitlin, you go along with to the bathroom?
No.
All right. So you're going to sit there at the table and force confrontation. All right.
And she is literally just sipping on the fucking whiskey and Coke.
Yeah, it's like 2 drops of Coke, so it's mostly whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to go back to playing Taylor Swift as it blocks her Lita's path and as the people just mob back.
So they kind of they do kind of come back. They come back, but Lita just they're insignificant people that she just pushes out of the way, and she comes right over and just stands in front of the table, looking at Caitlin, scowling.
Should we help her? We need to help her, Desi. We have to get her out. Or, oh, did we? You know what? We could triple dog stare. We could totally triple dog stare. We didn't do anything wrong.
No, it's okay. I was just trying to intercept. If you don't
Come
have to
on.
go to the washroom, we can hang out over here for a second.
Triple dog stare. Come on. Because she can't beat us up, and we're not attempting to beat her up, and we aren't doing anything wrong. So technically, within the guidelines and the codes that we were given, we're still kosher.
We can still get kicked out of the bar for making an explosion.
Wouldn't be the first time I've been kicked out of a bar for making an explosion. Won't be the last. You know me. What do I like to do most in cons? Boom. I got plenty of smoke grenades.
But you have permission to do it there. You don't have permission to do it here.
Wait, I'm supposed to get permission in cons?
I thought you did. Doesn't matter.
We could do Batman and smoke pellets.
I don't think we need to do that yet.
Okay.
Let's just see how this goes.
And Minnie will whisper into Nessie's ear that anything we're trying, Zeus kind of anything kind of like unnatural, he is on the up and up knowing that we're using powers or something like that. So she'll let him know, like, we're trying other ways he can't control or, personally get involved in to kind of like distract people.
This is what you're telling to Nezzy?
Yes, quietly in the ear.
Okay.
Like as in,
how far away from the table have you made it? Are we talking? So there might have been a couple more tables to set up, and then a set of pool tables before you hit the restroom.
Oh, I'm thinking she took me almost all the way to the restroom.
Yeah, because I probably just scooped her up almost just like.
So you're probably over by the pool tables then?
Almost to the washroom.
Almost to the washrooms, yeah.
Because I turned around and saw that Caitlin didn't come with us. So I'm like,
so Caitlin,
hold on, whisper.
Lita is just looking down at you. Clean this up and then leave.
I'm sorry. No. Let me guess, you haven't been told that often.
No, usually it's in a different way of less, no, don't throw me. Not, no, don't hit me again.
I have not assaulted anyone. I have not harmed anyone.
You have made a mess out of this table.
And that can be cleaned.
Clean it.
But it doesn't matter. You're coming in here acting a bitch. Why don't you mosey your ass right back out the door because your little boy there ain't in any fucking trouble.
You do recognize that she is also the bouncer at this bar.
No fights have happened. No assaults have happened. At least not from me. He might be assaulting some people, putting women on his fucking lap.
My delicate nature.
You can clean it up and leave on your own.
Or what?
Or I can drag your ass the fuck out of here.
Caitlin takes a pomegranate out of her purse.
And are you going to clean this up, or am I going to have to take you out of here?
It'll get cleaned. Bye now.
Okay. So if I can have everybody we're going to do our first initiative roll.
Do it. Well, no, I did. Well, yeah, I inspired it. She makes the chemicals. I didn't do it.
All right. So you are going to use what you think you would be most appropriate of a skill, particularly since this is about to be a combat situation. Though some of you have to travel distance to be able to intercede in this round, plus cunning.
I'm going to use neither the minute nor the hour.
Ooh.
Okay.
I'll look her dead in her eyes and make a prediction.
You can, but we're still going to need the initiative
That's
roll
fine.
to
We can do
happen
that.
for your action, and that can be your action.
Okay. So it's... Yep. Okay. So something plus cunning.
Yes.
I will go occult.
All right.
So we just roll it and then count them up?
Yep.
Since I'm a bit of a distance away, can I do athletics cunning?
Yes, you can.
I was going to do the same too.
I have 4.
Etchy.
How close am I to Caitlin? From like how far from is the stage from the table?
So if you wanted to do something, you have enough that you could cover the range on navigate through the crowd that is assembled around you in one turn. If you wanted to do something else in that turn, then you would need to do a mixed action, which is similar to splitting dice pools. So
Do D10, do the 10s explode on this too?
sure.
Okay. That's 6 instead of 4.
I got 3.
Okay. Nezzy, what you get?
I had 3 exploding 10s, but I only got 4, unfortunately.
Okay. So the initiative in Story Path doesn't necessarily follow the direct line of where things were. It's more of a so Caitlin has 6 and is the highest. it's up to her if she wants to take that role, or if she wants to let another story or another player character act in that order. Y'all rolled well enough that you will act before any story guide characters.
Nice.
You can go in the order that you rolled, or if somebody wants to take certain action before.
I think I would like all of the player characters to be able to come to my side
Okay.
before I do my action.
All right. So, those of you who are not at the table right now, is anybody doing anything more than just getting to the table?
Sorry, I missed all of that. My headphones died.
I said I would like all of the player characters because we all basically have more initiative than any of the story characters.
Yeah.
I would like all of the players to join me
Oh, yeah.
so that we are like a collective unit before I make my prediction.
Yeah, GG.
Is there
Okay.
anything near me that I could throw?
You know, death by teacup. You could throw anything.
Cool. So Natalia is going to take off her shoe. and
Okay, so
send it-
Natalia is not coming up to her side. So Nezzy and Dr.
Yeah.
Minnie are. Okay, perfect.
Okay. Nezzy, Dr. Minnie, are either of you going to take an action, or are you just going to get up and to give force or to give numbers surround Caitlin?
Once I got there, I was going to attempt to intimidate, so the biggest threat. But I don't know if that comes before Caitlin's move or after.
You could do that first, and then I do the prediction. Because
All
she
right.
probably won't believe your threat.
So here's what we'll do. We are going to have Nezzy do it's going to be Nezzy, Caitlin, and then Natalia is going to throw a shoe. All right, so tell us about your the biggest threat, and what are we looking at for roll?
So when I make a show of force or intimidate the enemy, so I was going to attempt to intimidate Kita, or just kind of like everything okay here kind of thing. I get to make a knock skill roll, and on success, the target must focus efforts on dealing with me first, and then everybody else gets a +2. Like if Kita goes to attack somebody else, it's a +2 difficulty added onto that.
Okay. So we're going to use a close combat and presence for your next skill roll.
Four.
All right. So they have to target you, or they have a +2 difficulty to attack anybody besides you. In this case, they is Leela. Caitlin, you were going to do, neither the minute nor the hour. Tell us what that is, and let's see.
Basically,
out.
I make a prediction of their demise, and it doesn't have to be true. and it puts them at disadvantage
Okay.
if I
So-
succeed my roll.
Yeah. So again, we're going to say this is going to be unless you can give me a good reason to use manipulation instead of presence, it's going to be presence and occult.
I think it's more to psych her out. Thus, it would be manipulation.
But is it so? Typically, the difference between presence is going to be an avert, and manipulation is going to be a sly, charismatic. So you're going. It's going to be how you kind of approach it. So, are you telling it? Tell her how she dies.
I see you laid out on a barren field. Crows devouring from your wounds.
All right. So give me that. Go ahead and go make that roll.
Okay. Would that be presence or manipulation?
We can go with manipulation.
Okay. Eight successes with exploding tens.
Oh, she is visibly startled by this. She's still standing there, but she seems definitely to have been taken aback by this. Natalia, you're throwing a shoe.
Yeah.
All right. So what attribute are you going to use for this?
Mm,
How are you throwing this shoe to get Lita?
I don't know if I should use might or dexterity.
So are you using power or are you using finesse? Are you using are you just hooking back and throwing this with all your might, or are you using skill and good body movement to get this throw to go off?
She's gonna use finesse when she's throwing the shoe.
All right, so we got dexterity and we'll say close combat for this one.
I got 3.
You got 3, okay. So the shoe connects. She's just focused on Nezzy and does not seem to react to this shoe hitting her in any manner. whatsoever. And Nezzy, what is your defense?
Sorry?
What is your defense?
What is she doing?
She's going to try to grab you because
Oh,
you have made
okay.
yourself because you have stepped up and made yourself the target of her anger instead of Caitlin.
Yeah, I was like, is everything okay here?
Now, what is your defense pool?
Sorry, my defense pool. Five physical.
She reaches down and just grabs at you with both hands. You are able to just slip out of the way. It is, you have, with your skills at wrestling, you have done this before. You're no amateur. You're not some random, easy, drunken college kid that is going to be thrown off by this. She's not getting anywhere close to that. You can sense some movement going on from the table that Zeus was at. And you see a number of people from that table, including Zeus, heading towards a back door. And at this moment, we are going to take our break. Chaos is starting to set in with the bar as the bouncer has come over to eject our Scions for making a small explosion on the table. While she doesn't seem to be prepared for the skills that the Scions have confronted her with, it has caused enough of a ruckus that many of the patrons are clearing space out. Some are leaving, some are standing around watching. We are at the top of the round. Who would like to go first?
Caitlin's gonna go over to the bar and ask for the cleaner and a rag to clean up the table.
All right, you head over to the bar.
You are muted, Dr. Minnie Jones. Or you're not talking out loud.
Oh, she's just trying to like quietly sign language. Like she's got everything in her backpack.
I have no idea what you mean. To clean it up?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Minnie makes the mess. Minnie cleans up the mess.
Okay. So literally,
She's just kind of like the backpack. She's like,
and literally, then Caitlin will grab the backpack and get the cleaning stuff to clean the table because she said she would.
Nezzy, Natalia, either of you do anything?
I'm going to stop playing and then try to make my way through the crowd and follow Zeus out.
So the way the bar is situated, the back door that he's looking to go out of means he is moving towards you.
Oh, well, that's convenient.
So are you going to try to cut him off?
Yes.
All right. And Nezzy, what are you doing?
Where is Kita at this exact moment?
She is right the fuck in front of you.
Okay.
She's
obviously still very pissed.
Yeah, she does not look happy. And she definitely seems disturbed.
Noticing that Caitlin is now cleaning up the table, I will try to de-escalate the situation. Be like, look, the table's getting cleaned. How about you just relax? You know, I'll buy you a drink at the end of the night for this inconvenience. Just everything's fine. Everybody's happy. I'll calm down.
All right. Does anybody who has empathy want to help Nezzy out?
I will help her.
Okay, so you're going to divert from Zeus to go to help your
I
friend?
can help. I've got empathy.
Okay. Give me a manipulation and empathy roll, please.
For me?
For you, yeah.
Okay.
For a distraction, can I get the bouncer's phone to start buzzing like it's important? She has to get a call.
You would be socially aware enough that she would probably ignore a phone call right now.
4.
4. All right. So,
Okay, good.
Nezzy, if you can give me integrity and manipulation roll.
Sorry, and what's the success again? 6 and
8 or above.
Oh, eight or above. Oh, no. I got a 0 on that.
Okay. Would you like to use momentum to roll additional dice?
Yes, I think I will.
All right. You're currently, the pool is at 5 at the moment.
I had used 2.
If my math is right, you'd be at 5 after using those 2.
Oh, okay.
Because I didn't reset it after the session.
Okay.
So sorry, so how many do I get to roll?
So, well, you have up to how much momentum would you like to spend?
Mm-hmm.
You can spend up to 5 if the rest of the table is in favor of it.
I am helping you with 4 successes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll take 2.
Do 3.
Okay.
Okay.
Do 3.
Two successes. Between that and the aid that is being offered by Caitlin, you show that you're a stand-up person. You're good for your word. You'll get it done. Natalia, you had gone to cut off Zeus. You get in front of them. What? And the 2 or 3 folks that are going leaving with him. What do you say?
Oh? Are you leaving so soon? I know a few of the other people that were with you are having a great time listening to the music. I'm sure there's something that I can play that you and the rest of your friends would enjoy.
We've decided to move on to a different establishment. We're going to continue the party somewhere else.
Come on, just stay. You'll have fun, I promise. And who knows? I might play something that you really enjoy.
He takes a step towards you, leans in, and quietly whispers, "Cut the crap. I may not know who you are, but I know what you are. And there's clearly something going on here. So we can let this be a case of, newly powered individuals trying to make a name for themselves and, let bygones be bygones and each go our own separate ways.
I'm sorry, I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm just here to play music. And I was protecting my friend from that bouncer that seems to be out of control. So
Your friend who set off an explosion at the table.
no one got hurt.
Do you usually stick around bars where people set off explosions? Is that normal in the bars that you attend?
Sometimes there's explosions, sometimes there's fires. No one got hurt.
Me and my friends here are going to go somewhere where there's a little bit less chance of explosion. Unless you can give me a reason to stay. Be honest and tell me what you're actually doing.
I told you what I was doing. Me and my friends came here to have a good time. I wanted to play a few songs, and that is all we're here for.
Okay. Are you going to, do you want to try to take this to a roll, or are you going to just let him continue on with his guest, his friends for the evening?
I would like to try to persuade him to stay.
All right. How would you like to do that?
Um, and I use persuasion and maybe presence or manipulation.
Yeah. Your pick.
We're gonna go with presence.
Okay.
I got 5 successes.
Okay. Are you but and you're not giving him any indication that what you're doing. You're trying to be upfront and honest about you're not you're just playing dumb, essentially.
Yep.
What he's asking, what he's trying to get at. Oh, his dice rolled just shitty enough. All right. If you can ensure that there's no more shenanigans and that you're just here to be good patrons of the bar, me and mine will be over here and you go about your business. Does that sound amenable?
Of course. And just for the effect, she's gonna do like the most dramatic curtsy bow ever.
He goes and takes a back to the table, settles in, and he doesn't let on that he seems to be shaken. He orders another round of drinks for the table. Lita stands over and watches as the rest of you clean up the table, and once it's clean, she goes back to the door. After a moment or two goes by, a waitress comes around with drinks for your table. Here you go.
And thank you.
mm.
I didn't order another round.
Yeah, I don't think any of us ordered anything.
He did. She points to Zeus and then continues on.
What is it? I don't know what this is. Is it consumable? Better yet, is it flammable?
It is the same drink that you had originally gotten.
Oh, fair. This is very flammable.
Understand, I am not responsible for what my drunk ass does.
Oh, are you gonna get drunk? Do we have to get
If
drunk?
I have
Is
to
there-
drink mine and yours again, I probably will.
Well, at least I can drive us home. Didn't I hear all the stories about you being an amazing party girl and that you sang all of these amazing songs in the language I have absolutely no idea of, and then you would turn around, dance around on the bars, and then they just go whoop delay or something like that, or was it somebody else? No, that was definitely you because you came in a couple times late to my classes. Can we do like a whole? Can you do the can thing and sing and dance and then we can get Natalia with you, and then Nessie and I could be like the crowd and sway. You ladies are so talented. I have absolutely no skill in this whatsoever.
Ay, ay, ay.
I'll even give you my hat to play with, as long as you give it back to me in its condition that it is now. I have a lighter, so I can just do a lighter
No
thing,
lighter.
but I'm not going to ignite it with anything.
No.
Plus, I also have the fire extinguisher in my backpack.
Stop.
Has Natalia returned to the table or has she gone back to the stage?
She is taking a break, so she is at the table.
And has she informed everyone of the agreement that she made to keep Zeus here?
So he said he would stay if we don't cause any more shenanigans. Like explosions, basically.
That's
He
not
also-
a shenanigan. That's attention grabbing.
He was also too close for comfort and I wanted to throw up, but
You should have taken my body condom.
fine.
So now what? We have to try and like do this thing somehow.
How about I buy him a drink in response and send a note that his wife sent us? That ought to ruin his night.
I'm hiding. I'm going to hide in the corner. It's fine. I need to learn to obfuscate myself.
I mean, sometimes the truth works.
Not wrong.
She flags down the waitress.
Waitress comes over.
She writes something on one of the drink napkins, folds it up, says, "Deliver this with whatever the gentleman that bought our drinks is drinking. Put it on my tab." It's just a little thank you.
Okay. She goes and gets a drink and brings it back over the table. You can hear him say, "If you'll excuse me." Zeus as stands up and comes over. So how about we kind of, if you want to settle this, we can do it in a little civilized manner. Bit of a competition. You up for it?
Depends on the competition.
Well, we have a crowd full of patrons here in the bar. We'll say if you can impress more than I can, I'll leave on my own, by myself.
Why do you do this? Why do you hurt her?
Why? I'm not him. I'm
But
not.
you are.
I, I,
You
I
aren't,
don't.
but you are.
You aren't your divine parent, whoever that may be, either.
Well, obviously, you have enough of him in you that she thinks that she needs to send us to you.
I'm just out here having a good time. What happens between consenting adults shouldn't be anybody else's business.
Not after you get married. I mean, that just goes out the window. And the consenting adult's your wife. Sorry. That's just being a shitty ass asshole.
That's my father's wife.
Not my problem. Not my bitch. Not my
not
problem.
my not my
Problem.
bitch either.
Yes,
Exactly. It's not my
it
problem.
is.
No. It's the daughter of my father's wife. That
You
doesn't
need to settle the score with that.
No, see, you're not getting it. You're not your divine parent.
I don't even know I had a divine parent. Okay. I know my mom and my dad. I don't know what you're talking about.
I get that you're saying that you're not your divine parent, you're not Zeus, but you are doing the same things he would do.
Mm-hmm.
Did you learn? Seriously.
No rings. No rings.
Doesn't matter. Commitment doesn't need a ring.
I have never met the woman that you're referring to as my wife.
But you know she's out there looking for you.
Look, just because one time
So you do know her.
you're gonna let
Oh.
just because one time way back in the day, before people were people as they are, where people had 2 heads, 4 arms, 4 legs, and Zeus split us in half so that we would always be searching for our perfect match. Doesn't mean that because some woman out there says that I'm her husband. I've never met her. I have no duty to her. I have made no promises to her.
Is my bullshit detector going off at all?
Oh, it's like so loud I can't even hear him talk anymore.
No, it isn't.
Wow.
Because he is being honest about what he's doing. He's not. He's just the woman that sent you here. He's never met her. He's never met Hera. He's just trying to find someone,
To have fun
some
with.
people looking to share a bed with someone for the night.
How about he find his own bed?
He can share his own bed with whoever he wants to.
Oh, bed. You have to share with Teddy Lumpkins, a teddy bear or something. Seriously.
As many say this out loud. He just kind of looks at her and just like, it's not the same. I mean, it is very much not the same.
Look, just talk to her or do something, please. This is really annoying. I missed a huge ass conference for this.
Talk to who?
The lady. I don't know. Just go find her and talk to her. Dear Lord.
Do you want to give me her address, her number? Because you've met her. I haven't.
Do we have a number for her?
Yeah,
Yeah,
got it
you called
from-
it.
Oh, no. I just want to know. I'm OCLA asking because it's been a week and the
Yeah,
old
we
noggin
have
doesn't
her
remember
number
everything.
because you called it. Yeah.
Yes, Sam gave it to you
Mhm.
at the.
It was at the desk.
Minnie just looks to Caitlin and goes, she is like 30 seconds away from giving the number. And she's like, she's giving this look of like, should I? Because she wants to get this over with.
Yeah, do it.
Done. Here.
Picks out his phone. Hey, how you doing? Well, that was uncalled for. Look, really, look. I haven't met. Can we at least meet, talk, and meet me and learn that I'm an asshole before you start calling me one, and many other things that I cannot repeat in polite company.
Caitlin just basically chugs her fucking whiskey. I am,
All right.
and she sets it down and says, I am never getting involved with this bullshit again.
This is so high school drama.
I avoided all this. I didn't even have to deal with that when I was in high school. I take it I didn't miss much.
She packs away her cards, puts them in her bag, puts the pomegranate back in her bag, and goes up and pays her tab.
Oh, I can do it here. I got a card.
Okay.
I'll pay it. And she'll pay for everything. It's fine.
All right.
Okay. Well, what are we going to do now?
Natalia, Nezzy, are you also?
Yeah.
Nezzy kind of like goes like looks over like, look, we have learned a lot of information in the past 24 hours or so. We're still she said something about being a tier and this. What are you? What are you exactly? If you're not actually Zeus, what are you?
As I mentioned before, and he's still holding up the phone, and you can hear her yelling through. As I mentioned before, there are some things that are not said in polite company. But if you would really like to learn more, and Caitlin, this is not bullshit. But he is on the phone with the Scion of Hera and clearly flirting with Nezzy.
You are such a fucking dog.
I'm throwing up.
At that
Gross.
point, Nezzy's just like, oh my god, okay, let's just get out of here. We'll find answers elsewhere, I guess.
Natalia, was that figuratively or literally?
She's that was figuratively.
She
She's
literally
not-
threw up a little in her mouth.
Yeah. Literally, she's just. I'm gonna go.
Dude, you are not worth the time of day to even look at you and consider. And that's sad coming from me. She just takes her backpack and walks out.
Yeah, we're getting out of here.
All right. So y'all pack up out of the bar. You can still kind of hear Hera yelling.
You know what? That's their drama,
To the
not
front.
ours.
All right.
I seriously thought like it was actually gonna be. I don't know why I thought it was gonna be actually Zeus. I don't know.
Because that's what
She
she
got played.
said.
That's
She
what she
said it was,
said.
yeah.
Yeah.
She manipulated us.
Yeah. Yep.
No.
All right.
I feel gross for that.
So
Yeah.
how does the rest of your nights turn out? Y'all going to the late night open McDonald's so Dr. Jones can get her Coke fix?
Yeah, we'll go by and pick her up a Coke.
Buy you some food if you guys need it. I'm just, this is just disappointing. I feel like I want a Coke and a milkshake because I need to dip my fries in the milkshake because I'm so just, Have you ever gotten so angry you need chocolate?
Yes.
That's the point I'm at right now because this whole, oh, you're a magical parent. I knew my mom. I know my dad. I have no idea what the hell he's talking about. I'm disappointed greatly. Come.
I'm just
the
glad
chocolate.
neither one of them are mine.
Ugh.
Valid. Yep.
Ugh. Ugh. Can we not? Can you be like, hi, Zeus? You're my dad. Ugh. You just should wear this condom and hope to God he doesn't spooge all over you. That's just gross.
I don't want that visual.
No, neither do I. Okay, on to chocolate, coffee, and whatever else you guys want.
Yeah, so we basically find a table as far away from the fucking counter as possible and eat our McDonald's and just
All
chit
right.
chat.
Natalia, did you keep the guitar or did you leave her on the stage?
I kept it.
All
I still
right.
got it.
I look at Natalia and say, do we want to take that back to the pawn shop?
I mean, we can, or I could keep it as a souvenir, and maybe actually learn how to play guitar with it.
Hey, you know what? It's your choice.
A hobby is born. Hey, you could be the next Taylor Swift.
Let's not take it that far now. I'll just
Come on. Taylor Swift, Talia Blackburn, next concert ever.
I was just playing what I thought the crowd would like, so
And you did great.
Yes, you
thanks.
did. Your fans can call themselves T-Burns because you just burn it on stage. There, we're done. I've now immortalized you as a star.
Y'all finishing up? Do y'all head home? Do y'all head out to a bar? Do y'all reach out to anybody? Do any social media? Check Twitter, Facebook, or whatever social media apps you might use? Or
Yeah, I think Caitlin goes home and checks her stuff and then probably gets ready for bed.
all right. What social media apps does Caitlin use?
TikTok, Twitter. She even has like a business Facebook page.
Natalia, how about you?
Well, when she goes home, she immediately takes a shower because he was too close.
Fair.
And then she will like scroll through her TikTok.
All right. Nezzy, how does the rest of your evening go?
She probably checks in with whoever is at the gym, make sure that everything closed up, everything went fine, and then goes home. Don't know if she really does much checking social media tonight. Bit burnt out from drama, but probably just takes a look at the calendar, goes over everything, sees if she has anything important coming up.
All right. Finally, Dr. Jones,
Goes home and she calls her mom.
Is your mom usually a night owl?
I'm sorry. Yeah. Well, I mean,
Oh.
yeah, she's a librarian, so she reads like proficiently and profusely and lives for books. Books is her life. Yes. Plus,
Okay.
dad's a mechanic. So, yeah, they're up late.
Clara, why are you calling so late? Is everything okay?
No.
What's going on?
It was a weird, really creepy day, and I really didn't feel it. It was like not something that gave me joy nor life. And I was really kind of bummed out. And I met this really weird, precocious woman. Not to mention, she happened to get me with two of my former students and one person I normally, know in the other things I do because words and stuff and gymnastics and blah. Anyhow, she says um, that I am somebody from like a god or something. Made absolutely no sense. I know my mom and I know my dad. And they're saying, like, oh, but behold, you are this. Mom. She's crack knuckly freaking tastic, right? Like she's like got so many kitties in her head that it's like a clout, not a whole clouter. And she's got a couple fries mixed in with, something else that's just not fully baked.
You hear silence on the other line for a moment.
This is disconcerting because you're not coming back with one of your quips. So I'm really now concerned even more.
Well, so, I mean, your dad, you need to know your dad loves you.
Duh.
And he's always been there for you. And
Yeah.
he's never looked down on me for it, and he's always raised you as one of his own.
Yeah. Got me into motorcycles, cars, a whole bunch of stuff that I never really would have gotten into. I mean, he got me comic books and all that. Mom, just spit it out. You know I could take it.
Well, biologically speaking, he's not actually your father.
I'm sorry, come again?
I mean, the man raised you. He cared for you. He put a roof over your head.
Yeah, he bought
But
me my first wrench.
but he wasn't the one who I made you with.
It sounds creepy like I'm in a lab. I'm not a lab baby, am I, Mom?
No. You're not. Well, I mean, that kind of depends on
Mom,
just
don't
reading
creep
the
this out and
story.
put science into this that doesn't need to be into this. We know this. You can't science.
Well, I mean, I just reading this sci-fi thing where they
Mom.
anyways. So note. Yeah, I mean, you were born and created, conceived the normal way.
Oh,
I just
good. At
didn't.
least it was normal.
But I just didn't conceive you with him.
I'm sorry, what?
So, Claire Rose, honey, I think you should know this. Your father was not the first man I had sex with.
I think I need to sit down now for a moment. I think the bourbon that I barely drank, that almost passed my lips and might be getting to my head. Are you saying to me that my dad is not my biological dad?
Yes. That is what I'm saying. I'm saying that the person that I had sex with to conceive you is not the man who you call father.
But he's still my daddy, right?
I mean, he still raised you. He's still I mean, we kept the paperwork quiet. That he is legally, for legal purposes, he's your father.
Is my last name even really Jones?
Well, I mean, he took my name when we got married, so
Okay, good.
so
Well, that's a little relief.
my name has always been Jones. His wasn't. He was Whiting.
Okay. Okay, good to know. So then, who is my biological parent?
Well, see, it's kind of a long story.
You've already talked, so kind of make it short.
Okay.
Spark notes it.
There was this really handsome guy at the bar one night.
Really, Mom? Oh, I'm going to
What?
tell you about your parentage. Hold on. It was a dark and stormy night in a beautiful bar, and a man swapped me up. Mom!
Yeah, there was.
We are not a romantic telenovela. Come on, spit it out. You got this.
He was the sound guy. He was the tech guy for, or at least he told me he was the tech guy for the Motley Crue cover band. And it was really, he said all the right things, and he had great taste in music. And after the show, we went back to his hotel, and then,
You slept with a tech guy for the Motley cover crew band.
Yes.
And what was his name?
They called him Hermie.
Hermie?
I guess maybe it was short for Herman. I don't know.
And the daughter of Herman Munster? That doesn't work, Mom.
I'm pretty sure his last name wasn't Munster. It wasn't. I mean, I barely knew the names of the guys in the cover band at the time. I couldn't tell you what they are now. Dr. Feelgood, if they are still around, is a great cover band, by the way. You should check them out if you ever see them.
Mom, you had one job to do. It was remember my father's name. Really? 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 Hermie?
Yes.
Short for Herman.
I would assume so.
I don't think there's a god named Herman.
I didn't know he was a god until you told me just now. So
I'm the daughter of Herman, the man of tech and a cover band.
I mean, look, I didn't. I just found out that the roadie for a Motley Crue cover band was a god.
Yes, and I just found out that my daddy ain't my daddy, but he's still my daddy. You understand? There's too many daddy issues in here. It's all about the daddy. I mean, swear.
No, you're a smart girl. I can't imagine you never, noticed that there wasn't a resemblance before.
Oh, right. Excuse me, Daddy. Can I have a DNA test to make sure that we're biologically connected?
Really? Can we talk about this in the morning when
I just had to prank a dude that was a Scion of Zeus, Ma, because I'm a Scion and apparently I have to do things now.
I've heard Scions of Zeus's are assholes, so
they are.
It sounds like. So I mean, it sounds like you did a good thing tonight.
I want to cover myself with petroleum jelly just to keep all the bad things at bay.
Well, you go do that, honey, and we can, talk about this tomorrow after you've had some time to,
find the god of Herman, the god of tech and bad cover bands.
I'm sure we can figure more of it out later on. Anyways, darling, honey, I love you, and we'll talk. Take some time, cool off. And I'm still kind of in shock. Let me come to the fact that I have slept with a god.
Let me come to the fact that you actually slept with a tech guy whose name was Herman, Ma.
Oh, I mean, the fact that he was a god does kind of explain a couple things, but
there's some things in my life I don't need to know, and that's a story you will never tell me or any grandkids if I ever have any. We're good. There's some things about my mom that can we leave to mystery and fade to black because
I wonder if you have grandkids. Would they be gods too? they grow up to be gods?
Don't know.
You should look into that and find out. You could like make a bunch of different little gods
Dated
running
yet.
around.
All I know is that guys have tiddlywonkers that think for them, and they never really have any good conversation. I wish they'd use the head on their shoulders, but they never do.
Oh, that can't be all true, honey. You know, there's got to be has to have been someone out there that maybe. What if you? I keep saying that you never find the right guy. What if you've never found the right girl? What if you've never found the right them?
Mom.
Have you? You could maybe.
I haven't found the right person to engage me intellectually to give them a chance because most people just don't get it. Okay.
Well, you're special. When you find that special someone, know that we're here for you and that we love you.
I know I'm special. You told me that every day of my life, Mom.
And you.
Can I get my cookie now?
You can. Well, it's late. You can get your cookie in the morning.
Okay.
Come back. And after this conversation,
she just texts Caitlin, I'm the daughter of Herman. What fucking god is that? The god of bad cover band tech. That's what my mother said. Apparently it's Dr. Feelgood. I don't understand. What the hell?
There is no response because Caitlin has turned her phone on silent while it's charging, and she is in bed reading before going to pass out.
This is giving all this whole dissertation of and then spending most of the night trying to work on something to get all of this images of her mom with it and some bad tech dude out of her head. So probably make a couple more sonic screwdrivers or something because she doesn't know what to do. She can't sleep. Not with that image in her head. Why, story guide? Why?
So, for those of you who did check your TikTok, last video you see, it's from the bar that you were in. There's a woman on stage. She takes off a shoe and throws it and hits the bouncer. And after that clip, it's the thing where on TikTok where you cut not a duet, but where someone comes in after a short clip of the video. Stitch, yes. After a Stitch, you see just a smiling face of Zeus lying in bed, a man on one side and a woman on the other side. And the video ends. And that is also where we're ending our episode for this evening.
Yeah, it just went dry as the Sahara.
It was the Sahara. It got drier. I felt like I was back in Dune. All of a sudden I hear Talia in my head going, this is not the way.
All right. Viewers, it's been a pleasure sharing this story with you. We hope you enjoyed what you saw and heard as much as we enjoyed performing it for you. Let's hear from our players. Everybody, once again, if we could go around, name, handle, tell us about your character, where we can find you next, and anything else you feel like sharing.
Y'all, oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm Mama McStabber in Twitch chat. You can find me on socials at either Mama McStabber or at Relendare. And Caitlin Murphy, she really doesn't know, and she is just not dealing with it after this night. She is just going to shove that aside, distract herself with a good book, especially after seeing fucking, slimy dude on TikTok. And yeah, as one of my fellow players here said in Twitch chat, thirst trap fail. But yeah, next you can see me on Sunday in Windy City After Dark, Season 10, Episode 2. We'll be recording that on Thursday.
Hi, I'm Lonnie, and I had fun. You can find me on Twitter at Lonnie10 and at Twitch as Sailor Lonnie. I threw up a lot in my mouth tonight, but still had fun. You can see me Saturday on TTRP Theaters Twitch doing an Alien one shot with them. And then you can see me back here next Tuesday playing with these wonderful people.
I guess it's me. I am Corey, Unconscious Celestial. I'm Unconscious Celestial on pretty much any platform, with the exception of Twitter, in which I'm uncon_celestial. Too long of a name. I am here doing Scion, and when Demon comes back, I'll be in that. Other than that, I'm not doing a whole lot, so please come back.
I am Jenny Van. I'm Judy Vanish, and you will find me on Revenue's Archon probably this Thursday, I believe, for 7th Sea. I'll be on the I'll be on the RPG table doing a April Fool's. Hey, if you haven't seen that combination of character or playing with that character, we're doing it. I can't help it. We're on break for the moment over on the roll call, but I will be back here on Tuesday. Yes, because I can't believe my daddy is God of Herman. Or
He's
is Herman,
the tech
He's
guy
Herman, God of
for a
tech.
Motley Crue cover band.
Dr. Feelgood. What is that?
Your mama knows.
Really, Mom? All the people you had to sleep with, you slept with that? Why?
Hey, but him being a god explains some things.
Yes.
Great.
All right. I have been your story guide, Zachary Naldra, he, him. I can be found on really just on Twitter. I'm on other things, but I really only use the Hell site for regularly because I forget the other ones that exist. I'm at Zach Rules. I have a website where you can find links to the community content that I've written and the one published, soon to be more, TTRPG freelance writing stuff I've done, as well as links to any past streams that I have access to on the YouTubes. Tonight we have been playing Scion 2nd Edition. You can pick up Origin through Drive-Thru RPG. Hopefully yours does not show up in Portuguese like mine does. Tonight's adventure came from the Onyx Path Tasty Bit, Zeus, We Just Want to Talk. Originally titled Punch Zeus in the Face, which is the title that is got me interested in Scion. And just a moment, we're going to go over some studio announcements. Before that, we're going to go through something that we neglected to do on camera last time. We're going to talk about experience. So, y'all get experience for tonight. Everybody showed up here, participated in the story. You get a experience point for that. Now, everybody has a short-term deed. Who accomplished the short-term deed? Tell us what your deed was and what you did to accomplish it.
Mine was for Natalia to be the center of attention, and I think she accomplished that by playing the guitar on stage.
You did. You get an XP for that.
Mine was make Zeus suffer, and by telling Dr. Jones to give him Hera's number, I believe she accomplished that.
All right, you can have an XP for that. And who was up next?
Did do something to spark up Zeus, which making something explode and getting him up to leave, almost to leave the entire place. Well, I believe that worked.
You believe correctly. You get a point.
Yes.
And Nezzy, what did you accomplish to As for
Well,
your
I'm not
short-term view.
sure, but my short-term goal is to be protective or to protect somebody. So, I mean, I pulled Minnie away from
You
the
also
conflict.
came to Caitlin and tried to
Yeah.
diffuse everything.
I mean, look, the Lita's role failed because of you.
Yeah.
Because you have a much higher defense. It would not have failed against Caitlin. So therefore, you did defend Caitlin, and you have earned an XP for that.
Yay!
And since everybody got their short-term deeds done, everybody earns another XP for that.
What?
So now, it was all really pretty much one scene. And if I did my math correct, Caitlin spent 2 momentum. And then it was Nessie who spent 3 momentum. Is that right? Well, that's 5 momentum. That brings your momentum down. Cool. But since you spent half of your momentum in one scene, you all each get another experience point.
Woohoo!
All right. And I'm going to say that you have reached a story milestone. You have had your first conflict with another Scion. Give yourself an XP for that. All right. Thank you, audience, for tuning in. It's been a pleasure speaking with you. I am once again Zach Renata, he, him, Scion of OM, and on the hell site as Zach Rules.
So I will go ahead and lead us out, Zach. Thank you so much for all that XP. Now I got to figure out how to spend it. Because it's burning a hole in my pocket. Thank you all for joining us. We cast this show when Zach posted a casting call in our channel on Discord called The Casting Couch. He got applications and consent forms and picked his cast because he is the story guide for this game. So join us on our Discord. We cast all our games from there, and we have a great community of folks that love to chat about games and life and everything. And it is a very welcoming community for those who may consider themselves misfits. Okay. So please come join us. Then we also have back episodes. So if this is the first one you're catching of Scion, you can check out episode 1 on YouTube. The link is in chat right now, as well as all of our other TTRPG content is on the McStabber Studios Twitch. The Call of Cthulhu that our amazing European GM Tis runs is on the Ishvel channel, as well as her D&D 5e campaign entitled Ishvel that is completed. It is all in its entirety on the Ishvel YouTube channel. And check out our friends. We have literally one of them right here, right now. Dr. Minnie Jones can be found at the RPG table. They do a Vampire Chronicle on Saturday evenings, and I know that they're doing a special April Fool's something or other. It's going to be hilarious. I know. That crew is funny. All right. And of course, we have other friends there. Show them some love from the McStabbers and go give them a follow. Okay. And if you want merch, I swear, we just need a Studio Daddy Issues shirt because it seems like almost every game there is daddy issues.
I mean, that's Scion is just a big clusterfuck of daddy issues.
Parental abandonment issues. So check out our Zazzle shop. Now, do understand there is some merch there that had to be marketed towards adults only due to language on the merch. So you may have to create an account and be signed in to see all of our offerings. If you would like to support these amazing players, you can do so by showing us your biddies, giving the bits, or providing donations at the link in the chat right now. If you would like to support myself or Shanky as the studio runners, you can donate to KoFi or subscribe to us here. And if you have Amazon Prime, you get 1 free subscription a month, and you may consider giving that to us. Coming up over the next week, we have on Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern. It is Eastern Daylight Savings Time, but it is also in the UK Daylight Savings Time. So it will be at 3 p.m. Eastern. Call of Cthulhu 7E, London Esoteric Society, run by Tiss, and her crew of investigators are doing sus-ass shit up in London. And it is literally set around the turn of 1900. Y'all, it's a romp. Join them at 3 p.m. on Saturday. And then at 5 p.m. on Sunday, we have Windy City After Dark, Season 10, Episode 2. The drama is ratcheting up really high, y'all. Season premiere, Nicholas done fucked around. So it's going to be an interesting season with the coterie drama. You don't want to miss it. 5 p.m. Eastern on Sunday. And then we will be right back here with Session 3 of Scion 0 to Hero, Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. And lastly, we here at McStabber Studios want you to take care of yourselves. Seriously. We are not an island unto ourselves, and many of us struggle, especially during these times where it seems like humanity is on the defensive because oppression and fascism is on the rise. Please, please take care of yourself. If you are in crisis right now, there is a list of numbers that you can call or text 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And if you are outside of the U.S., there is a link to findahelpline.net. That site offers a search for crisis lines in over 140 countries. Please get the help you need if you need it. And reach out to each other. If you haven't heard from someone in a while, reach out, please. Make sure they're okay. Because it's rough out there, y'all. It's rough out there. And lastly, I'm Mama McStabber. I'm a registered nurse. The leading cause of death of children and adolescents now is guns. It surpasses cars. The problem isn't all the other bullshit that gets reported. It's the guns. It is the basically open access to guns that we have in this country. Something has to be done. I am tired of babies getting killed in schools. And I'm tired of people just doing their grocery shopping, getting killed in a grocery store. I'm not even going to spiel about getting you fucking vaccines. You know what? You do you. But enough of the fucking wanton fucking murdering of innocent lives in this country. Enough. Hold those you love tight. You never know when it's the last day you'll see them. Said with love. Have a good night.